Today's episode of Triggered is brought to you by Alliance, Heroes of the Spire, a mobile game massively breaking into the charts that you should know about. Almost 400 unique characters that you can combine in over 10,000 different ways on the battlefield. Super impressive robustness of characters to choose from, so you never have to feel locked down, and you can always build your perfect team. The game has two cool game modes: fighting to the death against crazy giant bosses, a la the RPG genre, or you can battle real people and even your best friends in PvP mode. And not to mention really massive combat between guilds, which is totally awesome. I could speak about Alliance for hours, but it's better that you go check it out yourself. No regrets, I promise you on that. And now for the sweetest thing of all. If you download Alliance via my links down below, you get a massive bonus of 50,000 gold and 50 gems right now. So click the first link in my description to check it out. And remember, supporting my sponsors helps to support the existence of this show and this channel, so please do so. I've gone far too long without being triggered. Do you like my makeup, by the way? I hope Mr. Mito Kerr, am I pronouncing that right? I hope he likes it, because he didn't like it last time, which makes me really sad. So hopefully he likes it better today. I put a little bit more effort into it. I'm not a makeup artist, but you know, whatever. Pretty good for a cut-rate Marilyn Manson of YouTube, if I do say so myself, eh? Hopefully I can finally earn the approval of the masses, which I yearn for so deeply at the core of my being. Anyway, I learned something new today. I learned that when a man masturbates to a woman he knows in real life without her consent, this is telepathic rape. It's sick. It even affects the victim, although she may be unaware, but it lowers her energy. That's why hot girls are always so fucking morose, you know? Because their energy's being depleted by a steady stream of men masturbating to them without their consent. So men, don't masturbate to women you know without their consent. Next time you're in line for a smoothie or something, and the girl in front of you has an impossibly bubbly butt squeezed into an improbably tight pair of yoga pants, give her a tap on the shoulder and ask her if it's all right for you to masturbate to her later on. It might seem awkward at first, but it's better than being a telepathic rapist. I love how, you know, some forms of feminism are so out of their mind that they're now prescribing superpowers to dudes jerking off in the privacy of their own home, like they're fucking supervillains. You know, like, fat man! Oh, smoothie girl, I just made a smoothie of my own. Too bad you ain't here to taste it, you know what I'm saying, baby? Oh, yeah! I just see this being some colossally large woman writing this, you know? When men masturbate to me, it drains my energy. That's why I'm tired all the time. You know, I think it's actually because you think melted butter is a beverage, you know? If you lost energy every time a man jerked off to you, I think you'd be able to power a city block instead of just fill one. Shit, though, I'm being insensitive to fat people, you know? And I'm a fat person too, you know? And I'm being insensitive to fat people. I need to check out Dr. Kat Posse's new lecture, Not Your Good Fatty. And here's what I can learn from that, is how queering fat embodiment disrupts the normative obesity discourse and rejects the demands of the neoliberal system. I don't think I'd get much out of that lecture because I don't even understand the fucking description. Dr. Kat is too fucking smart for me. She's figured out a way to communicate using only buzzwords. Well, maybe communicate is a bit too strong of a word, actually. I've got my own lecture coming out. In this lecture, Dr. TJ discusses the othering of normative dialectics regarding trans-speciest notions of neo-materialism and cross-sectional post-colonial avant-garde Dorito flavors as they pertain to intersectional postmodernistic, anti-value, intergenerational pseudo-separatism as defined by the tenets of neo-post-trans inductive performativity. Yeah. Well, I'll be sure to tune in for that one. Sounds like a hell of a lecture, very informative. I learned a lot. You know, I learned how to speak at length without conveying any fucking information. Remember, the more confused your audience is, the more profoundly brilliant you must be. Speaking of profoundly brilliant, I saw recently that the bright minds over at Everyday Feminism have asked the one question that people have been too afraid to ask for a long time now. You know, a question whose answer has enormous implications for all of humanity, a question that redefines what it means to be a human being in the 21st century. Can Asian Americans appropriate their own culture? No. Speaking of no, Oprah is now saying she's intrigued by the idea of running for president. You know, fuck. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson wants to run in 2024. Kanye West has been talking about running for a while. You know, Trump won the fucking presidency despite having spent most of his recent life as a reality star on a fucking unwatchable show. I'm just wondering what's next for our country. Like Rick Harrison from Pawn Stars is going to be president and Chum Lee is going to be vice president. Why don't we just, you know, turn the day-to-day operations of the White House into a goddamn reality show? I mean, we're missing out not having that going now with Trump in office. It's like, Steve Bannon, you're fired. Omarosa, you're fired. Anthony Scaramucci, you're fired. Reince Priebus, oh, you're fired. Sean Spicer, you're demoted. James Comey, fired. I could keep going. I mean, Trump changes cabinet members and political appointees like he changes his fucking socks. That's good TV. You know, that's dramatic. You never know who's going to get fired next. It's like The Apprentice, only they're toying with the core institutions of our democracy. So the stakes are higher, and therefore so is the entertainment value, as long as you can ignore the black ocean of dread and horror that are probably scratching a little bit at the back of your mind, maybe. Just keep that repressed and down and just enjoy the spectacle and you'll be fine. So anyway, I don't know what Oprah's policies would be if she ran for president, but is she qualified? I thought about this and I'm like, well, you know, she's probably more qualified than Trump, right? I mean, he built his fortune off an inherited fortune. Oprah built hers from nothing, and she's more philanthropic than Trump. She's mildly less ugly than Trump, at least when she's wearing makeup. And that's important because whoever's president, you got to look at him a lot. And her ass, I mean, well, actually, they both have big asses. But Oprah's a black woman, so it looks more natural on her. I don't know why ass size matters to the presidency, but this is 2018, so who knows what, if anything, matters anymore. I did see a meme posted by Paul Joseph Watson that I think makes a decent point. Democrats 2016. Being a billionaire TV star doesn't qualify you for president. Democrats 2018. Oprah Winfrey should run for president. I get what you're saying, Paul, but I mean, isn't it your side that opened those floodgates? I mean, Democrats are stupid for wanting Oprah now, but if you're going to say that, then it's time to admit that you guys were stupid for wanting Trump ever. So throw your fucking MAGA hat in the garbage where it belongs, and let's all agree this experiment in trying out celebrity presidents has failed. If a celebrity wants to be president, do what Reagan did. Be a governor first. Let's see how you run a fucking state before we give you a shot at the whole country. Otherwise, it's like adding someone to the PGA Tour when they haven't even played a game of miniature golf. Hell, at this point, Trump kind of seems like he'd be a better fit for the PGA Tour than president. He spends more time golfing than governing. Spent 88 days of his fucking presidency on the golf course. And he's only been president for 354 days. So that's 24.8% of his presidency spent golfing. Here's the really crazy thing. Trump tweeted about Obama golfing too much as president 27 times. Now, Obama did play a lot of golf. He spent about 330 days of his presidency golfing. So fuck reality stars. I guess we just need to elect golfers president. Anyway, that means Obama spent 11.4% of his time golfing, which last I checked was less than 24.8%. So this raises an important question, perhaps an even more important question than whether or not Asian Americans can appropriate their own culture. Why are all of our presidents total fucking faggots who play golf? Even our black president, who was supposed to be cool, couldn't avoid the allure of the golf course. What do I not get about this game? You hit a ball with a series of specialized fucking sticks over and over again all fucking day long. You do it 18 fucking grueling, miserable fucking times, And at the end, you win the grand prize of having wasted a day on the most meaningless and space-wasting activity ever conceived of by human beings. I don't know, maybe when you're president of the United States, you just want to get the fuck away from that job and hit a ball around with a stick for, a monumental chunk of your time. And in Trump's case, I guess we're probably lucky. The more time he spends golfing, the less time he spends governing, and it's hard to see much of a downside there. Anyway, that's about all the time we have time for. All the time we have time for. That didn't make any fucking sense. Anyway, that's all the time we have for today is what I guess I'm trying to say. I mean, I honestly have unlimited time. I just don't have anything else to talk about. If you have any of these stories you'd like to see covered on Triggered, let me know via my Twitter or my Facebook. And if you haven't already, go check out my new podcast, Deep Fat Fried. We did our first episode on the life and times of Tim Allen, which was a harrowing experience. But I did have fun shitting on his entire career. Link to that is also in the description. I'm TJ Kirk. Peace the fuck out! And the cigarette went out when I was yammering endlessly.